When staying employed is the smart move. There's a lot of pressure right now to leave. Leave the job, leave the system, quit, and figure it out later. And sometimes that is the right move. But today I want to talk about the opposite idea, when staying employed is actually the smart move, even if the job isn't perfect, because nobody talks enough about this side of the decision. The internet makes leaving feel urgent. If you spend any time online, it can start to feel like staying is settling, leaving is brave, quitting means growth, and patience means fear. So if you're still employed, still clocking in, still unsure, it's easy to feel like you're already behind, but that framing is incomplete. Sometimes staying isn't avoidance, sometimes it's strategy. Stability is a resource, not a failure. Employment gives you something that's invisible until you lose it: predictable income, routine, mental bandwidth, optionality. When you're employed, you can think more clearly, experiment without panic, say no to bad opportunities, wait for better timing. That's not weakness, that's leverage. Leaving without a plan doesn't automatically create freedom. Often, it just transfers pressure from one place to another. Here's what rarely gets said: when people leave too early, they don't just lose income, they lose cognitive safety. Suddenly, every decision carries weight. Is this the right idea? Should I pivot? Am I running out of time? What if I made a mistake? Instead of clarity, you get urgency. Instead of focus, you get noise. And urgency is not the same thing as momentum. Time is underrated. When you're employed, you can test ideas slowly, observe patterns, notice what drains you versus what energizes you. You don't need every experiment to succeed, you just need them to teach you something. Employment can act like a buffer, one that absorbs the shock while you figure out what actually fits. This part matters. Staying employed is only smart if you're not emotionally frozen. There's a difference between staying intentionally and staying passively. Intentional staying looks like building skills that transfer, observing decision-making patterns, understanding how value is measured. Passive staying feels like waiting to be rescued, hoping motivation magically appears, ignoring the discomfort entirely. One is strategic, the other slowly erodes confidence. You've probably seen this too. People leave their jobs expecting relief and instead feel even more anxious. That's because the job wasn't the only pressure. Uncertainty was already there. Leaving just removed the structure that was containing it. Sometimes the problem isn't employment, it's not knowing where you're actually trying to go. Right now, a lot of systems are shifting at once: work expectations, technology, cost of living, career paths. In times like this, calm decisions outperform dramatic ones. Staying employed can give you perspective, room to observe, fewer forced choices, fewer irreversible moves. You don't have to decide everything right now. Instead of asking, "Should I quit?" try asking, "What is this job allowing me to do right now?" Is it funding exploration, giving you breathing room, giving you skills you'll reuse later? If the answer is yes, even partially, staying might be doing more for you than you think. Staying is working when you're learning, not numbing. You're using stability to plan, not to procrastinate. You're becoming clearer, not smaller. You don't need to love your job, you just need it to be useful for this season. Leaving a job is not the only brave move. Sometimes the brave move is staying long enough to understand yourself better. Sometimes staying employed isn't fear, it's patience. And patience, when paired with intention, can quietly set you up for much better decisions later. If this resonated, you're not stuck, you're positioning, and that's very different.